Hey, what's up everybody? Thanks for clicking on the video. This is David Pendleton, and I was up early today, so I figured I would goof around with some accounts that don't have snipers, no thorn, really just accounts that don't have the greatest secondary clubs, because I know a lot of rookie players out there like to see something else other than, maxed out snipers and big thorns and all that kind of stuff. So I just wanted to show that, really no matter what your clubs, for the most part, you should be able to compete in most tournaments as long as you take my videos and tailor it to the clubs that you have. Does that mean that every single shot, we're going to be able to have the same type of advantage? No, there's going to be times where, like, if you have, of course, big extra miles, big snipers, you can do more stuff. But still, for the most part, if you spent a little bit of time building some of your clubs, you should have a good chance to do what I do and tailor it to your own club and play style. That's why I wanted to make this video today, just to show people a lot of different alternate paths on how to play this course with the type of clubs that you may or may not have. So this video might appeal to some people, it may not appeal to others, but I'm just doing my best to get content out there for a wide variety of players. You will see a -18 put together through these replays. Now, I didn't shoot that, but when you take a look at all the replays and you add them up, you do see the potential there. If I could just get hole number one down. So here we go, hole number one. I'm going to play this one with the Rocket, and I'm going to play it with the Viper. So these are clubs that pretty much any player playing tournaments should have. And this isn't really going to matter, on your Rocket level here. All we're doing is just taking a power one ball, and we're going to be just trying to drive in between the sand. So if you see a player like myself playing with, maybe a high-level quarterback on this hole, or some players playing with an extra mile, you might already be turned off and think, well, I can't do that because I don't have an extra mile 8 or I don't have a quarterback 10. But look at this. The Rocket is no issue. We're still driving 306 yards there on shot number one, putting us at perfect range to try to take this shot right here with our Viper. And you're going to notice with the Viper, we're going to go full backspin, one bar, a side spin to the right. I keep missing this one to the right-hand side. So you're going to see that I'm trying to play it a little bit higher up, but we don't have a great ball guideline. We do want to play it higher up to catch a good slope and get some speed to go down towards the pin, or else we're going to fall short. Now, even though, I do fall short on this particular shot, it still shows you that you can compete on hole number one and come very close to picking up the eagle. And some of you may even pick up the eagle by making the small tweaks that I do here to miss. We do need to play, like I said, just a little bit higher up. You got to find that ball guideline to get up there and then catch some speed to roll back down towards the pin. But you can see here the shot's dead on. I mean, it's going towards the center of the cup. We just needed a little bit of momentum to get it there, right? That'll bring us here to hole number two. Hole number two, you saw me playing this one yesterday, with a sniper 10. So you might be like, well, I don't have a sniper 10. I can't do that. That's not fair. What about the people with lower level clubs? Well, look at this. Here's a Viper. I'm going to show you multiple hole-in-ones just by catching the funnel with your Viper. And all we're doing is utilizing the ball. We're utilizing the katana, the 3 side spin to the right. You notice here I didn't put any top spin. I didn't put any back spin on the ball at all. Now, again, if you're sitting here with the Viper 2 or 3, yeah, of course, you're not going to be able to play this shot. But I'm just trying to get, different clubs out there for this walkthrough to help as many people as possible. I hit this one in the 3 mile per hour, I hit this one in the 4 mile per hours, and I hit it in the 2 mile per hours. So you're going to see 3 hole-in-ones with the exact same spin adjustments, 3 bars of side spin to the right, 30% elevation at minimum distance, and all I'm trying to do is just catch the funnel on this hole, which you see me setting up right here. The shot is very, very consistent as long as you set it up properly, and of course you make the right wind adjustment. Here, perfect ball. And this one is in the 4 mile per hour range. You see me snap it into the hole, hit the pin, and this one's 2.6. This is obviously going to be the easiest of the wind, as the ring pull is going to be lower. But again, you see there just offsetting to the right-hand side of the cup, finding the funnel in this wind angle. We make our adjustment, perfect ball. So you can hit it with the sniper, you can hit it with the Viper, and then you're good to go to hole number 3. Hole number 3, go ahead and play it with the rocket. Again, you saw me take this shot yesterday with the extra mile 8, but I did say I wasn't trying to get a lot of yards on this hole. I was wanting to play a backspin shot with the Guardian. Now here on this account, I don't even have the Guardian unlocked. So I could have pushed the drive a little bit harder and used some more overpower with this rocket here, which is kind of what we needed to do. Because I do get the ball up the fairway pretty nicely. Now, the only thing is, I did bring the Viper to this hole, and it didn't just have enough juice with the P1 ball to get there. Now, yep, you could play with the Katana for sure. I was trying to limit the Katanas unless it made absolute sense, but a Katana here would be a little bit better to get us, on that backspin shot with our Viper. But here, if you're in a situation like this, with different club options, you're just going to basically swing this ball around towards the green with curl. So if you're keeping along at home, this is a -5 so far through the first 3 holes. That'll take us here to hole number 4. Hole number 4, this is going to be with a backbone, so lots of players should have a backbone. And, don't worry about the level 10, because all we're doing is taking a set shot adjustment. We're only going with 1 bar of topspin, combined with 3 bars of side spin to the right. And all I'm doing is looking for landing position. And I have picked this one up a couple times. So first thing is I've got the red ring by the rough here. Now that's going to be different depending on your backbone level, okay? But the thing that we are looking for is that second bounce to be before the fringe. And look at the third bounce. Notice the green square that the third bounce is in, okay? Lots of opponents taking the rough bump on this hole. As you can see here, another opponent stuck in the sand. I'm pretty sure that on every single account that I've messed around with, I've actually picked up a chest on this hole because a lot of people are just messing it up with the rough bump. But here, this is a good shot. It's not going to go in the hole every single time, but it is going to get us very, very close. The hardest thing is going to be to figure out, how much curl do you need to add to your shot. Now, you'll notice this replay from yesterday's videos, right? But I do want to show you that I did pick it up again today on, on this little account here. It's very, very easy to max out your backbone, though. But again, 1 top, 3 bars of side spin to the right. This one only 2.9 mile per hour wind. But essentially, I'm just looking for the exact same setup, or as close to it as I can. Second bounce before the fringe there. Again, the hardest thing is just to get the curl right. But, I hit a perfect ball. And this thing finds the hole again. So again, like I said, not going to drop every single time. That's just not typically how the game is designed, especially when you have to use curl, to drop your shot. But there it is. So we're through the first 4 holes. This one is going to be where, a higher level extra mile does come into play. And it does help out a lot. Here we're going to go with full top spin, 3 bars of side spin to the right. For me, I'm not really pulling any elevation. I can just visualize here that if I set up over here, I'm leaving myself room to try to hook this ball in between the trees, or I should say curl this ball in between the trees. So you'll notice here I'm going with max curl. You would need an extra mile 8 in order to pull off this shot. Now I do hit a great shot to the right. But you'll see here, I'm able to catch this slope down the rough and get this thing to barely land on the fairway. In fact, it doesn't even show you barely on that camera angle right there, right? That's going to leave us here for a firefly shot, in which I take the max top spin approach, ball guideline going to the hole, just like that. And we bang it in there for another eagle. All right. That'll take us here to hole number 6. Hole number 6, I'm going to play 10% at max. You can do this with really any level extra mile. Of course, if you were to use a Titan ball, that would make this a lot easier. So if you're sitting there with an extra mile 5, 6, 7, a P3 Titan ball would be easier. You make your adjustment. You push back up to max. That way we get our distance back. Look at this. I'm only going with about half a ball of overpower. So I leave myself plenty of room to even add some more juice to it if I wanted to. So that's good for you folks who are playing with lower level extra miles. You see here you have so much fairway to work with. you can add more overpower. Now, of course, you need to be good at hitting perfect or minor greats with OP. The good thing about this hole is we have a lot of leeway on a fairway for great balls. Here I'm playing this one minus 10% at mid with a horizon. 3 bars of side spin to the left combined with enough top spin to get my ball guideline towards the hole. I'm even offsetting to the left-hand side of the pin. This one is really weird. The wind is blowing to the left. I'm using 3 bars of side spin to the left, and I'm offsetting to the left. That's a lot of left action, and I still miss this one to the right, so come on, man. Holy cow. But we're not far off at this point. This is just minor tweaks here. This is just going to be more offsetting. I'm already doing only minus 10% elevation, which means I'm not pulling as many rings as we normally would. So even with that, we're still missing to the right-hand side, but you can make some minor tweaks there and pick up an albatross that I have not seen a lot of people pick up yet. All right. This one here, we're going to be playing with the Goliath, 15% at max. This shot is consistent really with any level of Goliath, as we're using 3 bars of side spin to the right combined with like 1.3 backspin. Now, I was taking this with my Goliath 4 and 5s, but I missed the shot because, again, this one is hard. I didn't miss it because of the club level. It wasn't like, oh, my Goliath is only a 3 or 4. That's why the ball is not going in the hole. That's not the case whatsoever. It's just with this one, again, it's a curl shot. So we have to get the curl right, and then we have to get super lucky to just catch the right back part of the funnel back here and then roll back towards the pin. So this green, it slopes from right to left. You'll notice here that whenever I hit this ball, look how far of the right of the hole that I am, okay? So you see here we're very, very right-hand side, and then we catch this slope, and now we start going to the left, and we smack the pin for a hole-in-one. So that's what that eagle looks like there. So, we're really through 7 holes right now, and we're at a minus 13 on the replays. This will take us to hole number 8. I don't even know why I didn't think of this shot yesterday in Rookie Division. I had a couple people on Facebook Messenger remind me, like, hey, how come you're not playing that quarterback hook shot that you normally do in Rookie? I'm like, man, it just slipped my mind. How dumb am I? But here we go. So here we go, quarterback 9, katana ball. You can do this with different level quarterbacks. You don't even have to add this much curl. I just added this much curl to see what would happen. And you'll see here the ball comes in beautifully with the katana. We are utilizing, 4 bars of backspin. That's all we need. 3 bars of side spin to the left, and we pull 10% and we use curl. You can also do it with a Kingmaker. So you do want that side spin 3 ball, but this is just me goofing around to see if the power 3 made it any easier. 4 back, 3 bars of side spin to the left. And what we do is we put our blue ring on the rough line just like that. And then again, we pull our rings here. Looks like this one's only a quarterback level 8. Even with the quarterback level 8, you could easily do a katana. Here you see I went with max curl. But you don't need this much curl. I do want to stress that you don't have to have this much curl to pull the shot off. But you can see here the power 3 ball, we get more juice on the ball, and it comes in on the green, leaving us for a very easy putt to pick up the eagle there on hole number 8. So that's 8 holes through, sitting at a minus 15. The only one we did not eagle so far was hole number 1. Here I pick up an albatross. I mean, this is nice. Little alba here. We're going to play with the rocket on the drive. We're going to go with 3 bars of side spin to the left. We're going to pull this one 10% elevation at maximum distance. You see that I back up here to about the plus 7 yard line. I do that just because we're getting a little flicker of tailwind. The thing about this drive is we do want to get really as many yards as possible without making a boneheaded mistake and going into the rough there on the top. So, but we are trying to capture, like I said, as much of this fairway as possible. And to me, that's a comfortable drive right there. I would have liked to get a few more yards, but, it's hard to be greedy there because you don't want to accidentally roll into the rough. On this shot, we're going to play at minus 20% at max, minus 20% at max. We normally play this one with a sniper, but you can do it with the horizon as well. I'm trying to find a sticky spot. Now, you'll notice here that I do find the sticky spot. Watch when I start to move my target. The ball guideline kind of stays still. With this one, I went with, I believe, right around 4 bars of top spin with just a sliver of left side spin. Again, we are playing this one significantly uphill, so minus 20% at max. We hit a perfect ball. We also catch the backhand part of this green, and we hit the funnel, and we roll in for a really beautiful albatross to wrap up what could be a potential of a minus 18 round when you add up all the replays. So there's some alternative clubs for you, just a little bit different look on this particular course. I hope you enjoyed this. If so, please subscribe. Please hit the thumbs up. Thanks, everybody.